Electricity is a part of life for almost all Americans, and the 500,000 people living in Tucson, Arizona are no exception. Life in the desert requires a lot of energy, and as fuel prices rise, scientists are researching renewable energy sources. During a conference held at Biosphere 2, a University of Arizona research facility, scientists discussed aspects of solar technology.
Alex, you were part of kind of the original team.
A participant in the conference, Dr. Alexander Cronin,
I have an optimistic outlook.
talks about his solar research.
Here at the Biosphere, we've got a 30 kilowatt array of solar panels, and this is one of many solar panel installations that I monitor as part of my research. We have studied the annual output from such systems, the seasonal variation in the output, the effect of dust or cleaning the front of the systems. We've measured the thermal derating. When they're hot, they're not quite as good, and we've measured the long-term degradation. Over a 20-year lifespan or a 30-year lifespan, they'll still produce up to 80% of what their sticker value says most of the days. And that technology is already so mature that it is reliable. It's as reliable as the weather. If the sun's shining, they make power.
Dr. Cronin has done extensive research measuring the productivity curves of solar panels during cloudy times.
When there's a cloud overhead, you don't get the light energy in, so you don't get the electrical energy out. A large system like this, large enough for 10 houses, can have an 80% dropout in just 5 seconds due to clouds passing overhead.
One way to address the problem of cloud cover is to put solar arrays at many different locations around a city. An alternative to large, citywide systems is to generate electricity on a small scale. Max Patterson has been studying the use of microgrids as an energy option.
Microgrid serves a much smaller population with usually more than one power system. And the beauty of it is you can actually interject different types of power. So you can have your solar, you can have your battery backup, you can have the contemporary grid or a diesel generator if you such, or biodiesel, let's try and stay green.
Microgrids decentralize power. They can be tied to a larger grid or on their own island. This decentralization can also make it less likely that an entire city will lose power. Although solar panels are quite noticeable on the roofs of individual houses, Patterson does not think this will deter homeowners.
If Arizona's electric bills go up, as they will, you're going to start finding that they're going to be more open to this. There needs to be showing people the benefit.
Blake Kokenauer points out solar energy's cost savings.
With solar, we're using it directly at the source of when it's hitting us. And with a solar installation, in terms of energy production in comparison to other things, it's really all upfront cost. You get the whole thing built, you stick it on your roof, you stick it on top of your carport, you stick it out in the field, and it starts generating power.
Kokenauer and his team are working to improve the efficiency of solar collection methods.
We design a solar energy photovoltaic system that takes concentrated sunlight, focuses it down to solar cells, and generates power at twice the efficiency that a normal PV panel would. We stick a concentrating mirror there, so a parabolic little dish, and it takes the light that would normally hit the PV panel, put those at the focus of the mirror system, and it focuses it down to the solar cells, and we generate power at twice the efficiency. So while the solar panel would have made 200 watts for the same amount of area, with our mirror and cells in the focus, we would make 400 watts. You want it to stick near your house because they're a big tracking system that's kind of scrolling across the sky all throughout the day, but you would stick these out in a field somewhere, maybe outside of Tucson to say, and to generate a lot of power, like 1 megawatt of power. And so it's more of an industrial scale kind of solar thing instead of the panels that you might find on a roof.
One locally owned and operated business that installs solar panels is Ambilux. One of the company's founders, Dr. Philip Lacovara, oversaw a rooftop installation at St. Thomas the Apostle Catholic Church in Tucson.
We installed the system over the summer. It was commissioned in December, and it's already generated about 35,000 kilowatt hours, even during the winter time, so we're pretty happy with the performance.
The solar panels generate 80 to 90% of the church's energy, keeping costs down. Prices have dropped for homeowners, too.
It's been an interesting journey because, as you know, if you follow the news, the price of solar panels has plummeted. As the price of panels coming out of China has undercut the rest of the market, it has driven virtually all the U.S. manufacturers out of the business. But the flip side is that the cost of installations has come down dramatically. Residential installation that was $7 a watt in 2009-2010 is now between $3 and $4 a watt.
While not yet perfected, solar energy is a viable, renewable energy option for a desert city like Tucson.